So, I did my research on a woodpecker. It's in the Piccidae family. It's always kind of fascinated me how woodpeckers can hit their heads so hard, so quickly, for a long time on hard wood. So I decided to do my research on woodpeckers. I did my research more particularly on the pileated woodpecker because there's a family of them that live around my house. They come around to this tree often. The scientific name for them is Dryocopus pileatus, and it's native to North America, and they can be found in woodlands and forests. You can find them hacking away at wood, dead trees usually. They try to find caterpillars, carpenter ants, and beetle larvae, and they also like fruits sometimes. The two sexes, the male has a red mustache, and the crest is completely red all the way to the beak, but the female, it doesn't have either of those. It does have a red crest, but it's like only on the back of the head. Once they're like mated, once they're together, they're like together forever. The two birds live together forever, and then if one dies, then the other one will find another mate. But yeah, they're pretty loyal and they like each other. So the woodpecker is able to withstand 4,000 Gs, and as humans we're only able to withstand about 300 Gs, and this is in like a short amount of time. If we were to do that in like 1 second, we'd probably die. They'd probably die too, but they're able to stand way more Gs than we are. So basically they have a lot of things going for them that have helped them, evolve and become very efficient woodpeckers. So they have a very strong tongue. They have a long tongue, sorry. Here's my tongue right here. You can kind of hardly see it, but it's a really bad drawing, so I'll just put up a picture. But basically it's super long, and it curls up behind their skull, or like behind their head, and it's able to absorb some of the shock. And it's very useful to reach in holes and to grab insects and other things, sap and other stuff that they need. So their tongue is very useful, and they have a very sponge-like bone that works as their skull, so that also helps absorb the blows. And they also have a system where their eyes closed every time they hit their head, so they can protect their retina from tearing and from debris. So yeah, that's basically it. There's probably more to it that I'm not getting to, but basically, since their heads are way smaller than ours, they have less cerebral fluid or whatever that surrounds the brain. They're able to withstand more because they're smaller, and also their brain is able to take shock more evenly than we are because our heads are kind of different. But yeah, that's basically it. The University of California in Berkeley is doing some research into woodpeckers and their brains to better make a black box, which is something that records in-flight audio and instrument. It's just a thing that records like basically everything during the flight. And if there was to be a crash, then it would be recorded, and it would help the investigators understand why the plane crashed. But basically sometimes it doesn't work because the blow is just too hard. The black box itself breaks. So they're basically trying to find a way to incorporate the woodpecker's brain as the black box and see what they can do to make sure that we can get as much information during an airplane crash. They're also looking into it to build a micrometeorite resistant spacecraft. I don't really know what that means, but that's basically what they said. I think the black box thing is pretty cool. That's kind of the first thing I thought of even before I saw the I read about this,